Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of the Break Time podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Eman.
And episode 3, Eman. We are officially in it now. We did episode 1. We could have stopped and not done episode 2, but we did. And now we're in episode 3.
We're in a hole now, man. There's no coming back.
Yeah, we're just sticking to it now. So, I thought about it earlier. I was because I the first episode I was like, welcome to Break Time episode 1. Second, welcome to Break Time episode 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just did welcome to Break Time episode 3. I was wondering at what point I should stop saying what episode it is, or if I should just be like, hey, welcome to Break Time. Because my thing is
get past 10 first. 10's a real milestone. I'd say get past 10.
Yeah, well, because if I don't say what number it is and we mess up or we record something we want to use for later, technically if I don't have a number, we could throw it around. Just saying, if something should ever happen.
Yeah. But
I don't know. You might be right. Just keep it at 10. Or wait till 10 before I stop announcing stuff. But yeah. So sorry if you hear me kind of back up every now and then. I'm battling a sniffle, and I don't want to sneeze and or sniffle into the mic too much. So So Minimon, we started recording. We have the what is it? The laptop fire going on.
The laptop fire is going.
As always.
Nice and healthy. Nice and healthy.
Yeah. This time just to add a little more to the what's the word? The feng shui of everything.
Yeah, the feng shui, the vibe.
Yeah, we have a TV.
This is cool, man. It looks real.
An aquarium running. It does look real in the video.
Damn, that looks amazing.
In the video, it looks like it's a legit thing, and it's right there.
We get a nice little pan. It's a Break Time podcast. I should be doing this before we start recording.
Yeah, I know we're recording.
I'm already in.
Now you want to do videos and promos.
Promos.
like we're big for promos.
Right.
So anyway, Eman, let's go ahead and just get started. George Lopez is
tripping, man.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
The internet is tripping because of George Lopez, I should say.
Yeah. That's more controversy is now happening because of George Lopez. We actually read about this earlier when we were in the office.
Yeah, man.
And so apparently, for those of you guys who might not know the story, George Lopez, he was doing a comedy show, telling the same jokes he's been telling for the past 10 years of his career. Right. And during the show, he said a joke. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but it was something along the lines of like, when you're Mexican or when you're Hispanic, there are only 2 rules: don't date a black chick, and don't park in front of our house, or something like that.
Yeah, don't park in front of their house or something.
Yeah, but the point is that at some point he said, don't date a black chick.
Yeah.
So someone who I'm assuming was black, I couldn't tell from the video I watched.
She was actually half black, half Mexican.
Okay. So she got up and she was upset about it, and it looks like she was cursing him out. She was
flicked him off, cursing him out, made a scene.
Yep, she was cursing and she was throwing him the bird, and he told her, sit down. He called her a bitch a few times, and he just kept on.
Relentless.
Yeah. So at the beginning,
well, you know what? It could look like just an attack on her. But she could have also been saying shit back to him. You know what I mean? We don't know if it was a back and forth conversation.
Well, because we only heard George Lopez, because of course he's on a mic.
Yeah.
So,
and I got a feeling she didn't just sit down and stay quiet. I'm pretty sure they were going back and forth. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but we can only hear George Lopez because of the video that we see.
Yeah.
So, George Lopez does say at the beginning, like, hey, why don't you be quiet? You're at a comedy show, and you can get out. Or he says something along the lines.
Wasn't as polite, of course.
Wasn't as polite as all, but after that, he's done. He's finished it. He's gone. Sit down. You know what you're here for. It's a comedy show. Don't get offended. He walks off. The crowd goes wild. They're like clapping. They're like, yeah, you're right, George. So then he turns around and he lays into her. Like, he keeps on. So to me,
he just took his day out on her.
Yeah, to me, it kind of sounded like he was gonna leave it be. And the crowd gave him that mob sense of, I'm doing the right thing. So then he laid into her,
that energy,
and he really kept going. And I don't know, that kind of led to me and Eman kind of started talking about it earlier. I don't know, Eman. Do you think he was right in doing that? Do you think he was wrong? I don't know. What do you think?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what I told you earlier. Being a stand-up comedian, I feel, is one of the hardest jobs on earth. To be at that level of success in stand-up is extremely hard. No matter what you feel, the person's talent level is, to come up with an hour-long act, right?
Oh, yeah.
To make that be hilarious to where you're headlining these stadiums and these giant arenas like he was.
And you're selling out.
And you're selling out.
Yeah.
People are coming to pay big bucks to see you, to see the act that you've put together.
Yeah.
Everything at that level matters, from the timing you say your jokes to the rhythm to the interaction between the crowd. Everything has to be at a perfect balance, right? So when you have somebody heckling, you know what I mean, over some of your material, it fucks all that up. Definitely. The balance, the flow, the rhythm, everything. The vibe is just killed. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so he could have been recording a special that episode, or that set. He could have been, you know what I mean? You don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
and I feel like it was really selfish of her to get offended almost. If you're offended at a comedy show,
you're at the wrong place.
Bounce, because a comedy show is not a conversation. It's not, your input is not allowed at a comedy show.
I also mentioned this to you earlier, that the big appeal for me anyway, and a lot of people, to comedy is that someone is saying the things that no one else in everyday life will say.
Exactly.
Comedy, I want to say maybe 80% of comedy is being offensive. Mm-hmm. Is saying the things that nobody's going to say out loud.
It's called shock value.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to see a clean comic. It only works for Bill Cosby and Sinbad. Honestly.
But like I was gonna say, because you were talking about how much effort goes into this and how they got to kind of do this and that, and how essentially that show is on them to work the crowd, to kind of work with what they got.
Yeah.
Comedy is a lot different from doing a play or doing a musical, or even a band going up and putting on a show, because they have other things to rely on. If you go see a play and one actor sucks or one actor messes up, you got a whole other cast of people that are going to make up for it. If you go see a band, maybe the guitar player's not doing too great that night, maybe the singer's not, but they got fireworks, they got a drummer, they got everyone else. With this, it is you and sometimes a chair and a bottle of water. That's it. Like, that is all that there is.
And your material.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Material that you've probably sat and meticulously worked on to get to a certain point, you know?
I know you've been in a position where you're telling a joke, right? And you have the whole joke queued up in your head, but as you're telling the joke, someone says something or something happens and it just fucks up the rhythm. Yeah. So you completely just lose track of the entire joke, you know what I mean?
Because
it throws you off.
Yeah, a joke is like fighting. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you're in a rhythm, you're taking the way I see it is kind of like boxing.
Yeah, okay.
You're taking jabs at your enemy. You're opening them up, and then finally you get the big hit in. You're leading up to something. Yeah. That's what comedy is like. That's what, because being someone who kind of tells stories and jokes around people, you kind of gotta build up momentum, and you say this, you say that, to build and build and build and build, and then punchline.
Exactly.
And then everyone loses their mind.
Exactly.
And I can't tell you how many times I've said a joke and I landed it perfectly. People are laughing for like minutes, like several minutes. I told other jokes where somebody messed something up or I messed something up. You ruin the flow and it just doesn't land.
Right.
So, yeah, man. So like you're saying, I can get why maybe he was upset or maybe he felt that, he has every right to be like, get out, like, what you were here for and you're getting offended. So, I don't know. I think, to me, one, she's in the wrong for how she reacted, but I also think he's in the wrong.
I think he's possibly in the wrong for how he reacted, because it all depends. If she actually did what he said and either shut the hell up or just left the venue, then I feel like he shouldn't have kept going at her like the way he did. Yeah. But we don't know what she did. We don't know her side. All we see is George Lopez as guilty until proven innocent. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, but from what I can see, just from the information that I'm intaking, and this can change later, depending on if more information comes out about it.
Right.
From what I can see, she's in the wrong for, everyone has a right to be offended. But you're going to a comedy show, you kind of know that that's probably going to happen, you know? So I think she's wrong for the way she reacted, but he was right in the way of telling her, like, maybe not by calling her a bitch, but maybe by going, then get out. You know what you're here for.
Yeah.
He's in the right.
Yeah.
Now, when the crowd cheered and then he went, oh, well, now I'm going to keep laying into her, then he was in the wrong. And then
he was in the wrong. I think that was way too much. I think he wasn't, because George Lopez is there to make the crowd laugh at whoever's expense. You know what I mean? He didn't go there with the intention of heckling her, that's a trap that she set up for herself. You know what I mean?
That's
He's
true.
there to get laughs, and if
Yeah.
he's getting it at somebody's expense, so be it. And if that person just happens to be an asshole who interrupts a joke that could have been the big whammy of the show just because she feels offended at a comedy show,
Yeah.
dude,
That's true, though.
It's a free for all.
Yeah, but George, like you're saying, I think one of the things that we don't understand is that George Lopez laid out a joke, and then she interrupted, and he took his time away to say something to her. We don't know what the next joke was going to be after that.
Yeah.
That could have been the joke of the show. You know, like every show has
That
like
whole
one or
tour
two
could have been
jokes.
built around that joke. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely. That could have been the next thing he was trying to say. She broke his momentum, and then he let himself react. And then maybe when he realized that, that's why he reacted.
That could have been his all right.
Definitely, right?
Referencing
Like,
Kevin Hart.
Bazinga. Okay.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That could have been the shtick of the joke or of the show.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was totally ruined. And he just flipped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I can.
It's a lot of stress up there, man. It's
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of stress.
I can understand why he would have reacted that way, but I can also understand how maybe he could have reacted a little bit better to not keep going with it, because at a point, to me, it was no longer funny. He was just like laying into her, and I was just like, God.
Yeah, but it's very different when you're watching it through a screen as opposed to being there and feeling the energy. Because I've been to comedy shows,
exactly,
and it's
especially
a different
because
kind of energy.
the video that I saw was a TMZ video.
Okay, yeah,
and TMZ is very edited, very only shows you the action, and their little like 3 sentences will tell you what they interpret as going on, which a lot of times is not true, and they just want clickbait.
Right.
One of the ones that reminds me of is there's a movie that came out recently called A Dog's Purpose.
True.
And the only reason I was kind of following that was because my girlfriend Serena wanted to go see it. She's super into dogs. The movie is apparently garbage. Since it's been out. Just saying, maybe saving you a few bucks. Don't go see A Dog's Purpose. Wait for it to come out on demand. That's what me and Serena did. But TMZ reported on a story, and the headline was like, "Oh, the dog star of the film A Dog's Purpose was forced into going into the water." So you're like, what? So you click on the video, and what the video is that the dog that they're using to, of course, play the dog in the movie. Yeah. There's a part where I guess he's in a storm, but he's in the water. And there's a part, I don't know if you've seen the video. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So there's a part where they're trying to get the dog in the water to film the scene. And the dog is scared. He doesn't want to go in the water. He's kind of crying. They kind of try to push him into the water a little bit, and TMZ was like, "Oh, this is wrong," and all that. And then, of course, other people are seeing it, and they're like, "Oh, animal cruelty." Yeah. Then the video skips at a point, and it shows a part where the dog is in the water. They're filming, and all of a sudden, the dog goes under the water. Yeah. And the first thing that happens is you hear everyone go, "Stop and get in there! Like, get the dog! Like, get him!" Yeah. So everyone stops, and that's where the video cuts off. So, of course, everyone's comments are like, "Well, the dog didn't want to go in there. Animal cruelty. They're forcing him against his will. But then look what happened. He almost died." But then later on, the story comes out that and I told Serena this at the time. At the time when it happened, Serena sent it to me, and rightfully so, because I understand. She was upset. Yeah. And she goes, "This is what happened. I don't even know if I want to see this movie anymore because they're mistreating dogs." And I watched it, and I was upset too. But literally in the same sitting that I watched it again, and I told Serena, I was like, "You know, I'm not upset about this because we don't know that dog. We don't know if he's obviously been trained to do it. They don't just throw dogs in there. They train acting dogs." Yeah. So I told her, I was like, "I don't know if the dog is having a bad day. We don't know if he's always like this and he just has to get comfortable." And obviously in the next part of the video where he does go into the water, their top concern is getting him out. Exactly. You know, they're not just kind of throwing him to the dogs. Yeah, you know? Yeah. Sorry for the pun. But and the story came out, that's what happened. That the dog would get in the water, but he had to get acclimated. He didn't always jump in every day. They had to kind of force him to do it. Just like anything. Like with your dog, you put him in the tub or put him under the hose to bathe them. They don't want to do it. You have to kind of force them. Then they get acclimated and they do it. That's what was going on with the dog.
And then imagine, and then to top it off, the break in the video between the dog actually being forcibly put into the water and the dog actually being in the water filmed on completely separate days. That wasn't even the same day. Yeah. Which is insane. You know what I mean? So we don't know what the hell happened with the rest of those videos. The 2 separate videos that were just edited together. We don't know how the rest of those videos look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that plays into the whole how media really just controls what people intake. And I know I say this all the time, but it really does control what people intake and what people perceive about the world and about recent events and current news, because all they see is a headline and they see a flashy picture or a flashy video and they take that as fact. And
the emotions just take over.
Exactly.
And they feed it to Facebook or Twitter.
It's the mob mentality of, this is what I see, this is what I'm being told, so this is real, and I'm upset about it. You know?
Jesus, man. God, my voice keeps cracking. Jeez.
Does it?
Yeah, man. You hear that?
Yeah, me. I'm like sipping. Or I'm drinking real hardcore on this green tea. Maybe
Man, I already off mine, man.
Well, I'm doing it because doesn't like the tea help you with like your?
It relaxes your throat.
It relaxes your throat.
Yeah,
but doesn't it help you like when you're like you got like nasally stuff and all that?
Yeah. Opens you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So, but actually, I'll be totally honest. I started drinking it, and I felt like because I've been sneezing and stuff, and I was really worried about the podcast. I was like, if I sneeze too much, I'm gonna have to edit stuff. And I know I might be sniffling, and if I'm catching it on the audio, I apologize. But I'm trying not to too much. But as I'm drinking this, I do feel my airways opening up. It's really weird.
Hell yeah, man. Tea's the truth.
Oh, definitely. It's absolutely outstanding.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna drink more right now.
Absolutely outstanding. It is amazing.
It's amazing. Thank you to Green Tea for sponsoring this podcast.
You wish.
I know. Green Tea. It's not a brand of something. It is a thing.
Green Tea.
It is a genre of
Thank
thing.
you to Oxygen for it.
I know.
But yeah, man.
One thing, our sponsors this week, pants.
Yeah.
We can be like Bill Burr and like get sponsorships and completely shit on them.
Shit on the sponsorships.
Bill Burr is a podcast Eman was showing me, and Bill Burr does this podcast is pretty good. It's him talking for a while about different things and
just rambling. Psychotic rambling, but it's so entertaining.
I find some of it entertaining. Sometimes like when he gets into sports, I'm not super into sports, so I'm like
same.
But one of his sponsorships was for MeUndies, and he's like it was a Valentine's Day thing, and he read the sponsorship and he goes, yeah, MeUndies are doing this Valentine's Day special. So he read the ad read and then he goes, man, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
Who wants a pair of goddamn underwear for Valentine's Day?
Like he was saying, if you buy this, you're pretty much a freak.
Oh yeah.
Just insulting the potential buyers.
Yeah, and I was like, gosh. But then again, I guess it might be part of his shtick, or the people who sponsor him realize that that's kind of his thing. That's what he does. But
yeah.
So kind of bouncing off George Lopez, speaking of people who shouldn't really be famous anymore for George Lopez. But speaking of people who shouldn't really be famous, that Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate that. I hated it when it first came out because I thought it was so stupid. I didn't understand why it became a thing.
Yeah.
Like everyone, for some reason, I always do this thing where I miss the thing happening.
Always.
But I see the thing, people using it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know what the dab was. All of a sudden people were just doing it and I saw it.
Yeah.
So then I had to figure out where the origin was.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with like I'm trying to think of some of the, what was the other one that came out recently?
Like dance or
no, just
trend.
Those trends. Gosh, I'm trying to remember.
Mannequin challenge.
Yeah, even things like that. I see people doing it, and I'm like, where did that come from? Mm-hmm. So like that's me. Like these trends, I don't see it when it becomes a thing. I kind of have to wait. Like the Joe Biden thing, I had to.
Oh yeah.
I was seeing memes before I knew like that there was actually stuff of him being petty and him being funny, which is why there were memes.
Yeah.
So I always miss the thing, but I see the aftermath of the thing, and then I have to go back and find out what the
you kind of see it as it's sort of fizzling out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So the same thing happened with the Cash Me Outside girl. All of a sudden, people on Facebook, they were joking around going, Cash Me Outside. I'm like, why the hell is everyone saying this?
Cash
so
me
stupid.
outside. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. So I had to go look up the video, and I watched the video, and I was like, this is what the thing is? Like, this is whatever. This is what all the hype is? But then again, maybe that's why it's not so funny to me. It's the fact that it's something stupid, then people use it in funnier ways.
Exactly.
But I'm seeing people using it in funnier ways, then going back to the original thing and going, "Oh, this sucks." So why is the hype train about this?
I mean, it was funny, but it's just the fact that you caught the storm with it. When you see it and it's just a beating video with like 2,000 views, you know what I mean? It's a gold mine. It's funny because you haven't heard the preconceived notions about it. No one's hyping it up. It's just a funny ass video you just happen to stumble across.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? But when you catch the big hype about it, your expectations are just ready for this Three Stooges masterpiece of comedy. You know what I mean? And you just get that.
So, but the Cash Me Outside girl was on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
And she said something, and that was it. No one else who goes on to Dr. Phil, they go home and keep on being regular people or shitty people if that's why they were on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
This girl for some reason got famous, and you were telling me about how she's doing collaboration videos with
other YouTubers, popular Vine stars, YouTubers.
And Vine stars and Vine stars, quote unquote. Right. There's no such.
Jeez, right?
Well, technically, people still do like I guess Twitter.
Just internet stars, internet personalities.
There you go. So, but she's apparently doing collaboration videos with them. She's making money off of it. They have paparazzi that we're just watching a video where the paparazzi was following her around, taking pictures. Yeah, TMZ. That's the thing. I feel like TMZ is like the poor man's paparazzi. Like,
no, TMZ is the rich man's like mecca
so,
of
man.
paparazzi. People aspire to be TMZ because they're the most popular platform when it comes to paparazzi.
But my thing about paparazzi is, I imagine paparazzi going after people who matter.
Okay.
Like, I imagine paparazzi going after Donald Trump when he's walking through the streets or some crap, or if they catch him.
Catch Me Outside girl does matter. She's trending on the internet.
Yeah, but like I see it like as movie stars, as people of influence, and she has an influence, but a very different influence. Because I've like the TMZ has like the show and all that stuff.
Right.
But every time I see it, it's like randomly they're going up to Jack Nicholson. What do you think about what this person said about you in this interview? Who cares?
Everyone's doing that. If you're paparazzi, you're doing that because all they want to do is turn heads. This
true.
isn't the same paparazzi as we saw in like the 80s and 90s, the glam era. You know what I mean? This is just grungy. We need money. What's going to turn heads? Ooh, she's trending. Let's take pictures of her. That's how paparazzi are now, man.
That's true, but like I said, it's always like going up to Shia LaBeouf. What do you think about this? And because Shia LaBeouf is weird and reacts funny,
right?
They're like, oh, now this is news. It's not news. They find small tidbits of crap.
And then
they go ask celebrities about it to get their opinion that doesn't matter. And then they go, oh, look, we made news. News good. We good at job.
But you know what, man? You know what, man? How come we always get mad at either like the celebrity or the company like TMZ, for example, for doing something that just works? Kim Kardashian. Everyone hates on her for her sex tape. How she made millions off of her sex tape and continues to make millions off of her sex tape.
Yeah.
How could you get mad at that? She found something that works. You shouldn't get mad at the person for doing what works, because I couldn't lie to you. If I'd be in her situation, I'd be banking too. You got to get mad at the people who flock to her. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Who invest hours of their life into seeing what this chick is up to.
Yeah, the people, the people who have such a low standard for entertainment that's what they decided they were going to go after.
Exactly.
You
can't get mad at somebody for doing something that works.
Yeah.
Look what we're doing. Look at what we're doing. We're just having a conversation mic'd up. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Everything
Sorry.
good?
Yeah, no, I'm just to be honest to our listeners, we kept having problems with the mic, so I am just making sure that our mics are still going correctly and we're not just going off device audio again.
Do it.
No, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Perfect.
Man.
Okay. I just like to be sure because I saw the levels changing and I was like, just double check and everything. But yeah, no, like you were saying, it's the blame is on the consumer for going, this is what I want to spend my time on.
Exactly. If anything, Catch Me Outside girl, Kim Kardashian. It's all good. They've heard sneezing before. You guys can get over it. No, but if anything, the Catch Me Outside girl, Kim Kardashian, anybody who's using the dumb shit that the public seems to flock around to make money and feed their family, you can't hate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you cannot hate on that.
Because all they're doing is taking, like all business. Like for example, one day someone went, oh, people want water on the go. I'm going to put water in bottles and sell it. You can't be mad at them.
Cannot be mad at that.
Because they exploited something that was a need.
Seriously.
So now all of a sudden there's a need for idiot, pretty looking, not idiot, I'm sorry, because they are smart girls. They know how to invest.
Who, the Kardashians?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But they look pretty.
Masters of marketing.
They look pretty. They have shit personalities. And there's a need for that. People like to intake that.
Yeah.
So being the smart businesswomen that they are, they exploited their prettiness and their shit personalities and just market themselves to do other things or to push products. Essentially. Like, is it Kylie who has, like, makeup and clothes and crap?
Yeah, it's Kylie.
Yeah.
And then, like...
what does Kim do?
Kim?
Does she just upload
she markets
Instagram?
herself. She markets herself. That's all she does. She's famous for being famous. She's set. As long as she's Kim Kardashian, she's famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people... Jesus. It's crazy, man. Like, if Michelle Obama were to release a makeup line, you'd buy the makeup line because you feel honored that the first lady has bestowed this makeup line. And why does it matter? Because she's the first lady, you know what I mean, of the first African-American male president.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian, why does it matter if she releases a makeup line? Because she's Kim Kardashian. That's good enough. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but then I get it. They're famous, and
I'm just saying that's how good she is at marketing. She literally marketed herself.
That's true, but I get it. It's all about the marketing and who you're expressing yourself to, and who you can get to kind of buy into your product. In which case, Kim Kardashian's product is herself. Kylie Jenner's product is her makeup and clothing and whatever else she does. Chloe's product is seeming like she's still the fat girl, but she's not.
God, you gotta give her more credit than that.
I don't know, man, because for the longest time it was always, oh, Kim Kardashian. Dang it, what's the other one's name?
Which one? Tall one?
No, the other sister.
You got Kim, Courtney, and Chloe, right? Kim,
Courtney and Chloe. There you go.
I think Chloe's a little one.
Yeah, Chloe.
Courtney. Yeah, Chloe's a little.
Courtney.
One.
Courtney's the one who used to be fat. Chloe's
Yes.
So, but in my mind, I was always like, oh, it's Kim Kardashian. She's the pretty one. It's Khloe Kardashian. She's the pretty one who's helping do business and junk. And then there's Courtney. She's the fat one. Like, that was in my mind for the longest time what I associated her with. But now
she's the one that's hanging on.
Yeah, no, definitely. And
we're good, man.
Yeah,
we're
I'm just checking. I saw a level spike, and I was like, why did it do that?
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, but
about Chloe or Courtney.
Yeah, no, just that. That's how I saw Courtney. Now she's not like that anymore. Now she's I mean, she's skinny now. I mean, she's for some reason, even when she was bigger, I didn't think she was fat. But for some reason, standing next to Kim Kardashian and Khloe, it was like she's the bigger one.
Yeah.
But
in reality, she's gorgeous. Like
everyone in that family,
all of them,
besides the mom, is gorgeous.
Even the mom.
I don't think so. The mom looks like Cruella de Vil. Like,
you know what? People lose like touch of what actual prettiness is. And it's easy to, because at that level of celebrity, you're comparing them to other celebrities, some of the most gorgeous looking people on Earth. See, my thing is,
I just compare them to the people that they're standing next to.
But my thing is,
when Kim Kardashian is standing next to ugly people during their show, Kim Kardashian looks immaculate. And when Khloe, Courtney, Kim, and Kylie are standing with Kris,
right?
Kris looks ugly as hell.
But aren't there her daughters and shit in their primes? But look, what I'm saying is, because they're in that world of celebrity. The celebrities are some of the most attractive people on the planet. The way I scale if someone's attractive or not, I always think, all right, if I was in a high school math class and that person came walking in and said they were the substitute teacher and they were wearing a tight dress, would I find them attractive? You know what I mean?
No, but go ahead.
I think I'd find her attractive. I mean, she could look a lot different in person than on camera, but on camera, I think she's all right for a woman who's what? What is she, like 97? I'm just kidding. I say she's like 50, right? Pushing 50.
I don't know, man. I'll Google it. See how old she is. But yeah, no, I get you. But for me personally, it's just I compare when I see them.
Yeah.
But but enough about the famous people. The Cash Me Outside girl was I just wanted to vent about how stupid I thought that was. I think it's so dumb. I mean, I get why they brought it up or why it became a thing just because it was funny and stupid. But she's literally making money and becoming famous off of it.
And she's a fucking genius for it. If you had 6 toes and people were willing to pay you millions to take pictures of your 6 toes on one foot, would you turn that down? You'd be an idiot to turn that down. She's making merchandise. She's making Cash Me Outside. How about that? Shirts. And people are buying those shirts and she's cashing out. And she doesn't even seem like she wants it. She seems like she has the same thought process as we do. Because if you look in that TMZ clip, they're asking her, so how do you feel about all this? Like this hype for pretty much nothing. And she's like, I don't know. I mean, it's what y'all find to be entertaining. I'm just doing me. I don't know. You know what I mean? She's just riding the wave and she's just as baffled as me and you are.
So I guess the thing is that I'm upset about it and I think it's stupid as hell.
Yeah.
But I understand it's not her fault.
Yeah, right.
I'm not putting the blame on her. It's the society and people.
Okay, yeah.
The community of people who are on Facebook, on social media, who are making it so that it seems like, oh, this is the cool thing now. Mm-hmm. This is everyone hop onto it. This is trending. Mm-hmm. I think that part's stupid. That's what I don't like.
I think that's something we all agree on, man.
Yeah, but
Why is that?
What?
Why is that? I think the worse the times get, the more dumb shit people look to for entertainment.
As far as I don't know if it's about how worse the times get. I think it's just I don't know. What I feel how it happens is a group of people watch something.
Yeah.
They find it funny or acceptable. Uh-huh. They share it with other people. And other people go, oh, this is cool according to these people. So if I find it cool, I'll be cool like these people. I feel like that's how it is. Okay. Like a group of people start saying something's cooler
Okay.
And then it's a ripple effect. Mm-hmm. Where people go, wow, this many people are into this thing. This many people like this thing. So I'm going to have to like this thing to fit in, to be with it, to be part of the next big thing.
Okay.
You know, and that's I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it. But
No, I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that. Because I don't even find that funny, but I still say it just because everyone else says it, to be completely honest with you. I'll be the first to admit
exactly.
It's just a trend right now.
Yeah, the one thing I haven't hopped on with as of yet is that stupid dabbing thing.
What?
Yeah, I think that's so dumb.
Uh,
I think it's dumb. Like I'm the asshole where they're like, oh, we're taking a picture. Everyone dab, and I'm the one just staring straight at the
same,
camera.
dude. Same as fuck, man.
I hate that.
You know what, man? It loses it. I think trends like that, like dance trends and slangs and little colloquialisms, I think they lose their coolness when mainstream America, aka non-black people, start doing it. Because when the dab was a dance made by black people, as most dances are in this country. And if you see them do it, it's the coolest thing, man. Like the dude, I Love Michi. He's a guy on Instagram and social media, and he dances. He could dance his ass off. He did invented the hit them folks and the dab.
I think all the biggest dances were.
What do you got?
Man, I sneezed again. God,
it's all good. Go ahead.
No, I don't think all the biggest dances were done by black people.
Okay.
Or the black community. Because the twist, come on, that's so
Chubby
white.
Checker.
I know, I was joking.
Oh, I was about to say, please, man.
No, man. Here's the thing. I do think that the African American community definitely has made some outstanding dances and some amazing
contributions.
Contributions to styles and how you can move your body with the music. But I think the biggest thing that we're forgetting in all of this is no matter how many contributions the African American community has made, the Hispanic community has made one of the biggest.
What's that?
Because, the African American people can do their flips and do their dabbing, their jerking, the twist.
The sports, the music.
Yeah, but the one thing that Mexicans and Hispanics have really donated, if you will, to society.
Don't let me guess. You motherfuckers make some good food, and you.
No, I'm talking about dancing wise. Sure, you can have all your fancy footwork.
What do you got?
We implemented walking in circles. Yeah, and everyone just walking in circles, like pivoting.
Oh man, I think everybody contributes, man. I love the cultural contributions that everyone makes, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think that the African American culture in this country is a fucking gold mine. It's just a gold mine. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like people, they make cultures outside of the African American race. They make cultures, but it's really popular only in their race, only in their world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But with the African American community, you don't even know what's ours anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because motherfuckers are just waiting to bite off of it. And I hate saying bite off of it because I feel like cultures should be shared. But you kind of got to note it when it's not becoming an even exchange anymore. It's like not even, it's no longer an even exchange. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like cornrows, for example. Motherfuckers been rocking cornrows since slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, Marc Jacob has a few girls, white women, rocking cornrows on the runway. All of a sudden, it's a Marc Jacobs thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like, I hate to take it there, but we're at the bottom of the barrel in this country already. You know what I mean? Yeah. All we have at the end of the day is truly our culture. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I feel like even at that, we're losing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you. And I don't know. I think it's, this kind of goes into the culture appropriation thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's really cool when other cultures or other ethnicities and races, what have you, go I like that.
Yeah,
and I want to be a part of that.
Big time.
But the part where the line is divided is where they go, I like that. That's mine. I'm doing that, and you're doing it wrong, kind of thing. It kind of sounds like a thing where it's almost like a hipster thing. Well, I wouldn't be the only one doing this, but that's kind of what it is almost. You know. Yeah. But if you really think about as a country, because you have some countries where it's very strict, it's very one-dimensional, it's very everyone thinks the same. Everyone has the same set of values, and if you don't follow these values, you're outcasted. Here in America, it's especially in Texas, which I think is really interesting, because there is more of a Hispanic undertone here.
Big time.
We are really close to the border. Until that wall's done, but but Just gotta throw that in there.
Just that wall's done.
Just make it low key political. No, but legit to me, it's really interesting to see that, and it's really interesting to see the different contributions. Like,
Big time.
you know, the African American community is a lot of the dances, a lot of the great music styles, a lot of the great singing, and that kind of that soul that's added into every single thing that they do. You know, my thing is like just for an example, you take a white person, they're gonna go wash their car, they're gonna go to church, they're gonna go have family dinner. That's what they do.
Yeah.
You take a Hispanic person, they're gonna go to church, sing the hymns, go wash their car, listen to Tejano, come home, and throw the tortilla roller at someone. But you go someplace with an African American family, and for some reason, and I'm trying not to be like racist at all.
Let it out. Just go.
But I
filter.
think it's so cool because, like, at least for me, I see a lot of African American people that do stuff, and when it's in a family environment, everything has so much energy. Yeah, so much energy to it. You know, they're like, yeah, we're gonna go wash the car. In my house, when I was younger, it's like, we're going to go wash the car, everyone, let's go, because y'all are too young for me to leave home yet.
Right.
Do we have to? Do we got to go to the store? Why?
Yeah,
we ran out of butter for the tortilla. So, but
no, I don't want to like dick ride black people though. You know what I mean? Everybody has contributions, big time.
I guess, but for me personally, from what I see, like oh my god, dude. Like, Mexican kids hate going to Sunday or Saturday night mass because
I used to love that shit.
Yeah, but listen,
hey, I'm listening.
But like Hispanic kids hate it because it's boring. We gotta listen to the priest talk. You know, when you're younger and you don't really understand why you're there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, we gotta listen to this boring music. We gotta listen to the priest talk. We gotta sit here for an hour. Oh, this is terrible. We gotta kneel. You know. And then you have the African American people who go to, and like you said, you love it because what happens? What happens?
It's a party, man.
Exactly. That's my thing. You guys are taking what every other race and ethnicity goes, and they're like, okay, everyone, be quiet, be solemn. God is everything. Love God. Don't smile. Don't fart. Yeah. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. I know.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. It's a little bit scary.
Yours, Almighty Father.
I went to your church. You're Catholic. I went to Alex's church when I was in like the 7th grade, and I'm used to my church, man. St. James AME down there, downtown, predominantly black church, right?
Yeah.
And it was a different world. It was such a different world.
I don't know what you were expecting, but I was like, well, this isn't how it is yours, and you're like, nah, we're dancing and flipping and shit. Okay. They're doing cartwheels. It's hairspray. Where you go?
Nah, man, but I say like, I think it's just innate. Like something in our brain, sort of, we're like predisposed to just good rhythm. Maybe. You know what I mean? There are different forms of intelligence. You have like intellectual intelligence, and you have kinesthetic intelligence. Kinesthetic intelligence means that you are intelligent with your body, how you can move your body, the rhythm, how you dance, your athleticism. We're just naturally kinesthetic. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Not saying other races aren't.
Well, but if you really want to, not that's true, but I think that's accurate.
Yeah. Look at the athletes. You know what I mean? NFL, NBA, boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you want to really look at the behavior of a culture of people, you know what I mean, and ethnicity, look at how they congregate. Like the church, for example, predominantly white church, it's more serious, it's more conservative. Predominantly Hispanic church.
No, I feel like the Hispanic church is a little more conservative.
The Catholic.
A lot of Catholics are Hispanic, and I feel like in the Catholic church, mainly Hispanics.
Yeah.
At least from my experience, I'm all speaking from my experience. It's very solemn. It's very, we can go play around. We'll go out to eat after church, but church is God's time. You know, do the sign of the cross. Be very respectful. Don't joke around. Don't nudge your brother. Don't you dare drop the book and make a noise and everyone look at us because then I'm going to kill you when we get home. You know, then you have the African American churches, like I said, just, again, from my experience, that are very much uppity and very having a party. And then you have, from my experience and what I've seen with people I know and places I've gone, you know, you have the more Caucasian churches where, you know, it's more Christian, some are Catholic, but it's a lot more, come to church. We're going to talk about God in a more not salesman-ish, but more of like a motivational speaking more.
And
it's
this
more
is
of
for the...
What's up for the Caucasian?
Okay, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's more of like a motivational speaking thing. Well, this is what God says, and this is how we implement it into our life.
Yeah,
like,
big time.
Here's how I see it. You go to an African American church, and it's very like, oh hey, family. This is why we're here. This is what's going on, and we should all be happy about it and pumped. And you go to a Hispanic church, and it's very like, this is what God said in the Bible verbatim, and you figure that out. And then, the Caucasian, the white church is very much like, hey guys, this is what God said, and this is what we're going to do. This is why we should do this. This is why we should help our community. This is why we should do this. This is why we should help build more churches.
It's like
and then they go, and now the youth are going to come out in their full band with the guitars and drums.
Big time.
And
Oh my God,
and they're gonna,
big time.
Yeah, they're going to go, they're going to do praise and worship for an hour, and the 5 white kids up in the front who are struggling with finding themselves are going to cry. That's what it is. But like I'm saying, like, that's kind of how I see it, and that's been my experience.
Yeah. But you know what, man?
Yeah.
I feel like it goes back to the different forms of intelligence people naturally are born with. Either intellectual with the brain, right?
Yeah.
Or kinesthetic with the body. Like in the Caucasian church, they think about how great Jesus is. Yeah. But in African American church, they feel how great Jesus is. You know what I mean? It's a party. Everyone's dancing. People are crying. It's cathartic. You know what I mean? They're expressing with their body
and then in the Hispanic, you're told why.
Yeah. I think it's a real reflection
I think it's a cultural thing as well with how people... and yes, we have made a hard transition into religion a little bit. But not necessarily into religion, but the cultural part of religion, I feel. But yeah, like we're saying, I do feel like how people intake God and how they intake their religion, it's based off of that culture. Caucasian, white family, and I'm speaking generally off of my experience from what I've seen. And if Eman's agreeing with me and we're not around each other 24/7, and he's had experiences I haven't had, and I've had experience he doesn't have, and we're agreeing, and I've had other people agree with me, it leads me to believe that I'm somewhat accurate, or at least in my community, this is accurate. But so for me, the Caucasian community, they're a little more open with their kids. They're more like, let me put it this way. When I was 13, Mom, can I walk to so and so's house to spend the night? No, I don't know them. I haven't met the parents. What's going on? I don't know nothing. Yeah. And then but I had a bunch of white friends. Hey, can I go to Sally's house? Yeah, sure. Just call me for staying the night. Okay. Like, that was it. Like, just it's different. So, I feel like for that Caucasian community, it is very much, we want you to grow into your own in the church. We want you to grow up into your own as a faith. Right. The Hispanic community is like, hey, we're telling you this is what you're supposed to do. And this is how it's going to be. And then the African American community is very much feel it. Like, feel how you feel. Let God, let the religion flow through you, and you decide how you're going to move to it and how you're going to implement. That's, I don't know, that's just how I say it. What I mean, do you see it similarly, or am I just
very much so similar? Very much so. It has to be a party. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying we don't have like the brain capacity to sit there and listen to a lecture. You know what I mean? That isn't amped up, but it just hits home in a different way when it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's been my experience, and I think our experience is how we view it is pretty accurate.
Yeah, my favorite part about it was your reaction when I was like, yeah, and then the white churches, they motivate motivational speaker, and now here are the young kids playing the music.
Because I've been in those kind of churches, man.
Yeah,
it's just, you know what I mean. The energy's still up, but it's in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
where they do the thing where they play the beginning of the song, and all of a sudden the guitar player is just doing the same guitar riff over and over. And then the white preacher comes up. Remember, guys, God is inside us all. Yeah, like speaking over the music. Yeah, and then I don't know.
You know what I mean? It's hard to.
It's empowering though. It's definitely empowering because I've been in those situations. I've done those things, and But when I was first in it, I was like, I remember going, man, these are some crazy white people. I don't know why they're doing this. Yeah. But I was like, this is stupid. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna cherish God like all good Mexicans and say nothing until I'm on my deathbed and accept Him.
Yeah.
But then like as it kept going, And then the guy was like, so we all accept God and we're having our problems in our life, but know that He is going to help us through, and He is all. And then all of a sudden you have the guitar player going, yeah. And then they go into it again, and you're like, wow, that hit me.
Yeah.
This is good. But go ahead.
No, it's like a predominantly white church. I hate bringing it back to race, but like a predominantly white or even Mexican church is it's like a release. You go there and you release. You know what I'm saying? You release your problems, your stresses of life, of the week, whatever. You just leave it at the church. Whereas a black church, it's a celebration. You know what I mean? A celebration of life. You know what I'm saying? It's still a release.
Yeah.
But it's just a purging in a different way.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, it was different. I was always stressed out to go to church. But that was because I was an altar server. And I've been an altar server, so I was always worried about, I gotta do this. What happens if this happens? I was always
robotic.
I was always on edge.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, what if this happens? What if I forget this? And sometimes I did, and I would freak out.
You still do that?
No, not anymore. I stopped doing it maybe a year ago. Okay. Maybe over a year at this point. Maybe close.
You guys still go to church?
We Mom got sick, and it was one of those things where she wanted to go, and we would try to go, but she can't
make it work.
Well, she can't sit down in a mass right now. She's just I'm gonna be very open again with our audience. My mom had cancer this past summer, and it was something that she dealt with. She had a kidney removed, and she actually almost she could have died in surgery.
Yeah.
And she almost I think we kind of decided she almost did. But she's doing relatively good now, but she still has complications that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And one of those is that she can't sit someplace for a long time. Like, I don't think she can go to see a movie for a while. Like earlier we went and had dinner. It's my younger brother and sister's birthday today. They're twins. And we're sitting down at dinner. She really couldn't eat. She didn't want to move around too much because she has those pains. And, she'll have to use the restroom like constantly and stuff because of the kidney thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for us, it's one of those things where we just weren't able to do it. Like we were supposed to do Christmas Mass, and that was supposed to be like the first one where, okay, let's get back into it. We're going to start doing Mass again. And something happened with her. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but I just remember it kind of deterred us from going. And but I did altar serve for several years, and I stopped probably 2 years ago. I stopped doing it, but it was like a thing I was doing since I was like 11.
Yeah,
I was altar serving, and I'm 20 right now. So
you used to hate it. You and your brother. We got to go altar serve Wednesday. Damn it.
Yeah, well. It wasn't that I hated it, because
stress. It was stressful.
Yeah, like I love the priest. I love the people that were there. I actually did like participating in Mass and everything. But like you said, my thing was it was stress for me because I stress out about stuff. I play music as well, which I think I might have mentioned in the first podcast. But I was in a band for a long time, and even if I play music and I practice 100 times, I practice 5 minutes before I'm about to perform. I'm nervous as hell.
Good. Yeah.
And even in theater, I could act like I didn't really care, but I would be nervous as hell when I performed. But I think that helped me perform. But for me, being an altar server was kind of like a performance because there's a certain thing you have to upkeep, and there are things that you have to do, and you have to kind of think. You have to hold yourself to a certain standard.
Right.
So for me, even though it wasn't a show, and everybody's like, "Dude, just calm down, just chill out," like. The older altar servers that were teaching me would tell me that because I was obviously kind of stressed out about it. But I was always like, no. That's just me. That's how I am. I get stressed out easily about stuff like that. But, so I didn't necessarily hate doing it, but I was just always worried about something going wrong or me having to deal with something. But
exactly.
But yeah. What was I going to say? Because I had something else I wanted to bring up after the Cash Me Outside girl, but then we ended up going into culture appropriation. What's up? Another thing, because I was kind of scrolling through Twitter, I was finding some stuff that was going on, just because I like to see what's going on so I can criticize it and complain. Like most good young people do.
Oh yeah, complain and offer no solution.
Definitely.
Right.
And I found this thing that I showed you called the Backpack Challenge.
Oh yeah.
So essentially, if unless I'm old and I'm just very late to the game, from when I saw the Backpack Challenge, there were a few different videos on it, but the Backpack Challenge was Essentially, someone is like from one side of the room running to the other side of the room, and it's in a classroom setting at a school because only high school bored high school kids come up with this shit.
Right.
So they clear out they kind of clear out the classroom where there's a clear walkway down the middle. Someone runs to the other side of the classroom, and you have to make it to the other side of the classroom. Now the challenge part is that every other kid in there is gonna throw their backpack at you like in full force.
Yeah.
And you have to, I guess you have to stay up and make it to the other side of the room and not get knocked down. But God, that's just lazy. Like with all the different challenges that people have had, like the ALS ice bucket challenge, the hot pepper challenge, the cinnamon challenge, the salt and ice challenge, the mannequin challenge,
plank challenge.
Yeah,
that was just planking.
Yeah, the Kylie lips. I think I mentioned the mannequin and the hot pepper already. But the point is those you had to get stuff to do it, and there was a reason to do it. Except the Kylie one. The Kylie one's kind of stupid as hell. Anyway.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the other ones you actually had to do stuff like the fire challenge when you had to put oil or like sanitizer on you and then light yourself. That also was
stupid. Anything involving self-harm to me is stupid.
Stupid.
What's the incentive? Like with the first challenge to ever start it off, the cinnamon challenge. Yeah. There was an objective. You know what I mean? Yeah. Swallow this teaspoon of cinnamon.
Yeah.
What is the objective with dousing your hand in lighter fluid or hand sanitizer or whatever and lighting yourself on fire? You know what I mean?
To show that you a pimp.
When you put it like that, I completely understand.
But yeah, but like I'm saying, like, but those had little thought into it.
Right.
Like there was some thought, like, oh, put the salt and ice on you, and you're gonna hurt yourself, but see how long you can last. Same thing with the fire challenge. It was see how long you can last, you know. And then the mannequin challenge was like, oh, we'll do this because it's neat and it's different, and there's little kind of like some finesse to it. Man.
Bless you.
And then you had the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, which is actually for something to help promote.
Okay, yeah, that's in a different world.
Yeah, yeah, but for me, this backpack challenge thing was like, what do we do now? Well, you want to throw shit at each other?
Yeah.
like
you already know. Yeah, you already know where that came from, right? Just some bored ass high school kids.
Like, hey man, you want to start a fad? But again, that goes into the whole things that people find on the internet that to them are entertaining, but I think are stupid as hell.
That goes back to my question, though. Why are we so damn easily entertained? You know what I mean?
I don't know if we're easily entertained or if we're so detached that we just look for anything that will make us feel involved. I was having this conversation.
Very good point.
I was having this conversation with Myra earlier. She's our office manager at my father's company. And we're talking about movies. It was either today or yesterday. One of the times I was getting my stuff prepared in the office, but we were having a conversation about film, and I mentioned to her that I feel that you can have movies nowadays like Transformers,
right?
And even like Star Wars Rogue One. Star Wars Rogue One is a pretty good movie. I don't know if you ever got to see that one.
No.
Well, it's a good movie. It's pretty. It has some cool conflict. All the characters besides Darth Vader suck. Even the main character, they're all one-dimensional. They're all very hyperactive, almost stereotypical kind of characters that are just like, oh, I'm the blind character. Oh, I'm the character with a big gun. Oh, I'm the reluctant character.
Right.
I'm the hard-ass acting like I'm in charge character. And I'm the misfit that doesn't really belong, but I'm going to help on this mission. And that's kind of how it was, But all the characters sucked, but the movie is seen as amazing.
Okay.
And same thing with Transformers, where a lot of times the character stuff sucks, but it's big and it's flashy. You're like, oh, I'm gonna buy into this. It's gonna make several $1 million, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So the thing that I was saying was that I feel that maybe we're at a point where stories and movies don't need to surprise you. Characters don't need to compel you. It just needs to be flashy and exciting, because I feel that people get enough interaction and quote-unquote drama and excitement on social media that you almost don't need it in movies. You don't need to waste time trying to work hard to make that happen, because people are going to fill in the blanks. Or people are going to go, Star Wars was a good movie. There wasn't enough internal conflict. So I'm going to go on Twitter tonight and argue with people about why I think it's great. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's how I feel about it. I feel like as a society, movies and other forms of media don't try to tug on our heartstrings because we will do it ourselves.
Yeah.
We will look for the aggression.
Mm-hmm.
We will look for, oh, I'm sad. We will look for the conflict, the conflicting sides. You know, we do that on our own, all with the help of social media. And I feel like that's exactly why movies are declining in quality, because they don't have to do certain things because people are going to find it elsewhere.
Right.
And they're going to make their money regardless.
Yeah.
And if they're making their money with less effort, of course. Sorry, I burped. Of course they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Man, this is the product of a society that's way too pampered. In the words of Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
UFC sports analyst. This is what happens when it's too easy to get water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When water doesn't become an objective in your life anymore. You don't have a challenge, so you create one for yourself.
Definitely.
It's the reason that every other week somebody's offended about some new dumb shit. It's the reason why every other week somebody's willing to douse themselves in lighter fluid and light themselves on fire in the name of a challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just need some spontaneity, some spunk in our life because it's so pampered. It is so pampered and easy. Life is way too easy.
Yeah, I've told you this before.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like it is directly because of people not having a purpose.
Yeah, okay.
And needing something.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't have a purpose and they're in need of something. Ah, man, I just sneezed. But they're in need of something to kind of help them fill that void, to kind of help them feel like they're contributing to society, whether it's getting a job and paying and circulating the economy, or doing something that changes them, or doing something that fulfills them.
Yeah.
And I feel like the purpose is the thing that that a lot of people lack, and is the reason that people kind of, I guess, falter and accept certain things that are below a standard or subpar, if that makes sense. So like you know, for example, kid who just got out of high school, he's expected to go to college, get a degree. Maybe he doesn't know what his degree is yet, but he's expected to go to college, get a degree, and go into the workforce and make a lot of money to buy a house.
Yeah.
You know? So for him, that's what he's expected to do, but he doesn't know what he wants to do. You know, he's struggling. He's not quite sure what his passion is, and he's struggling to find a purpose.
Yeah.
So instead of finding a purpose, he gets the small doses of quick happiness and quick relief and escape from his problems from social media.
Yeah. From
the stupid internet memes that come out. The cash me outside.
Exactly.
The dabbing.
Yeah.
The dances. The call me maybes. That crap. You know? Like, I feel like people escape into that and become a part of that because, like I said, if you don't have a purpose, you're looking for a purpose, but it's easier to escape into something else.
Right.
It's easier to go, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, so I'm going to escape into social media. And I'm going to have a life on there. I'm going to make people perceive me a certain way so that they accept me. But then what happens is kind of rounding kind of what I said earlier, is that they do that, and then other people do that because they go, oh, well, Jonathan is liking the cash. Like, Jonathan gets out of high school. He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. Jonathan wants an escape, so he goes to the cash me outside girl.
Right.
And then Ashley, who's in the same position, goes, oh, well, Jonathan likes that, so that's cool. I have a purpose if I'm following what other people do because we all collectively now have a purpose. So I'm going to do that. And then the next person does that. And the next person does that. Then everyone is getting involved in those things because other people are getting involved in them. And that makes them feel like they're part of a community, like they're a part of something. And that replaces them finding a legitimate purpose by them having a false purpose for a what's the word? A limited period of time.
Okay.
That's kind of how I see it.
I mean, I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. I don't know, man. I think it goes both ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. Either you don't have a purpose, so you sort of falter into that.
Yeah.
Or the purpose that you have was pre-selected for you. You know what I'm saying? You're going down the well-trodden path. So it's a product of boredom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like us, for example. During the election, people were losing their shit, and they still are. You know what I'm saying? And I get what's happening. Some things are really unfortunate. But during that time, if you asked us, hey, man, how do you feel about the election? It was either, I don't know, or it was, I don't know. I'm focusing on me. Yeah. Because you have an empire that you're trying to build. I look at my life as an empire. I'm trying to build this fucking empire. I'm not going down the well-trodden path. You know what I mean? Every day I wake up, I'm terrified. You know what I mean? I got to make this thing work. You know what I mean? I have so much anxiety, and I'm sure you do too. We're not going to college. You know what I mean? I'm training to be a day trader in the stock market, and you're trying to start a nonprofit, and we're both salesmen. You started a nonprofit, but you're trying to get it up. You know what I mean? You're trying to elevate your nonprofit every day, and we're both salesmen. One of the toughest jobs to be out of high school. You know what I mean? Period. So there's plenty of real challenge in our life. You know what I mean? We're faced with real life scenarios. Whereas the average college kid, I'm not knocking you college kids, but maybe you didn't choose college because you felt that it was right for you, but because you felt it was safe.
Yeah, but like you said, that was the path that was charted for you.
Yeah. And it's safe. Like I said, it's safety. You know what I mean?
Like they're playing Fallout, only following the main story.
Like if your challenge,
gotta bring it to video games.
Like if your challenge is passing a test, you know what I mean, and you're 20-something years old, and that's your only challenge, dude, it's no wonder you're in the street yelling, "My pussy grabs back." You know what I mean? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying these aren't real problems.
Yeah.
But damn, that's your main focus. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
man.
I get you, and like you said, you know, obviously, we don't know. There's some people who I'm sure are in college who they're chasing their passion. You know,
not knocking college, guys, not knocking.
Yeah,
college.
but I feel like there are a certain percentage of people who go because the parents go to college, and sure, that's probably going to help them out in the long run. But for me, it's more scary to maybe not exactly know what your passion is, and not do something that's going to fulfill you, because you know, me and you have had this conversation before, how money gives you happiness, but that's not fulfillment.
Exactly. Yeah.
It can help, obviously, to an extent, but you know, I personally am at a point where, you know, kind of struggling a bit, trying to make things work, but you know, money is something that you need to have to survive in the world.
Exactly.
But I have a passion as well that I love to do, and that I kind of engulf myself in. And sometimes my parents give me, because you know the nonprofit stuff, I kind of I'll engulf myself in it, and I'll be all up on it. And my parents are like, "Well, it's kind of not making you. It's not making you money. You know, what are you gonna do? It's gonna make you money." And I get it.
It's a parent's job to say that.
Yeah, no, and I get it, and I understand what the worry is and what the concern is, and you know how maybe I should be doing things differently here and there. But you know, it's my passion. It's something I really love doing. And you know,
you don't know where that road is gonna lead. Yeah.
I don't know. Tomorrow, tomorrow, R. Kelly could wanna make a big donation, and we can get paid to do what we do full time. You know, I know that sounds super obscure and super insane, but I'm just saying, we don't know. You know, exactly. We don't know. I don't know if something could happen to us next week, and I could be getting paid to help the kids that I help, and to do the things that I love doing all of the time. Yeah. And I guarantee you, if that happens, I'm going to take that opportunity. Because that's all I've been doing. Because we talked about it previously, but junior year on, all I did was stuff for my nonprofit. And, you know, getting involved, volunteering myself, and wanting to get that stuff done because I enjoyed it. You know?
And in all the experience that we've gained in our short amount of time out of high school, all the experience that we've gained, all the energy that we put towards succeeding in our life that's full of uncertainty, could you imagine replacing that and instead investing all of that energy into passing a social studies test about fucking Abraham Lincoln? I see it as a waste of time, unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, but that's not the reality for a lot of people that are in college.
I don't know. I think it boils down to the type of person that you are. I think for you, you know, that can be the thing that you say, I feel like for me this isn't it, and I feel like for me this is a waste of time. But maybe to other people that's what they need. They need that structure. That's something that they're chasing.
But do they even know what they need? Have they just been told what they need?
And that's the part that I don't know, and that I feel that we don't know, and that's kind of for me it's a little touchy, and I don't like to take a certain side on it, just because some people could go to college and it helps them and it skyrockets them.
Yeah, big time, big
you know,
time.
Some people go to college for 8 years and get master's degrees, and they're like, oh yeah, this is great, and then they're in debt for 10 years.
Right.
Then there are other people who don't go to college and fart around and get hired and make $90,000 a year, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens to some people, but some people they have that tenacity to go after what they want to do, and they just end up making it work. I will say that I've given it more thought. I do want to, because obviously, college is always something that's been on my mind. It's just kind of deciding when, what.
Right.
I do know relatively soon, kind of when I get myself together, because sales is very unpredictable.
So, yeah.
Once I kind of get myself together, I do want to start kind of doing that, because it'd be great to own my own business one day, kind of like my father right now owns his own business, and I think that'd be something really cool to get involved in. It's something really cool to do, and I feel like as much experience as I can get, I feel like college would definitely help out. But that's also because I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, and that idea could change in 2 days or change in 2 years. I don't know.
And it's based off of experience that you gained outside of a school system.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-college at all. I do myself plan on enrolling. You know what I mean? Based on the knowledge and experience I've gained outside of the school system.
Yeah.
My problem is just like how you don't like blanketing how you look at college right now.
Yeah.
They're blanketing how we're supposed to look at college.
That's true.
You know what I mean? We're told that if we don't go to college outside of high school, our chances of we're a fucking failure.
Yeah.
I got a friend, we call him Mike. Mike's whole family, all the men in Mike's family.
Are you talking about Jonathan? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Like yelling at his brother.
Right? No.
Yeah, who lives on 7344 White Wheel Drive?
No, but all the men in Mike's family have gone to the oil fields. They skipped college and gone to work in the oil field. And it's something that they truly enjoy. And Mike, no.
Oh, okay.
And Mike wants to follow in the men in his family's footsteps.
Yeah.
So he does not see college as a necessity, but he's going down a well-trodden path that he's chose for himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And society has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And hearing people talk about Mike at school, they automatically labeled Mike a dumbass.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah. Why? I mean, he's not leaving high school to not work and be a bum and not contribute to society. He just doesn't want to go to college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's still going to work just as hard as the average college kid. But for some reason, he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, and I have another. Well, I have a few friends of mine. Well, I have two that I think of off the top of my head. One of their names is Slavid, and the other one is Jandon. Yeah, like you can't tell what those names are.
Right.
Anyway, Slavid decided that he didn't want to go to college, so he went on and got a job working as a civil servant. Civil servants like firefighters, police officers,
awesome.
EMT, something like that. That's what he wanted to do. So he did that, and that's he didn't want to go to college, but he's doing something that's benefiting society and that's helping him. I'm not saying maybe if he did go to college, maybe it would have helped him out. I'm not saying it wouldn't have, but I'm saying that he chose his path and his passion, and he's doing it, and he's happy with what he's doing. And like my thing is that, there are people who want to do like, oh, if you don't go to college, you're a failure. You're never going to be happy. Slavid got out of high school, went into his field that he wanted to do. He makes a certain amount of money. He's able to live comfortably. He loves what he does. He's found an excellent girlfriend that I think they're going to have a great life together down the line. And he's happy.
Yeah.
And he's fulfilled in what he does. Whether or not he has a mansion right now, whether or not he drives a Ferrari, he's happy with what he's doing. And I think that's kind of what
Did you say he drives a Ferrari?
No, I'm saying he doesn't.
Oh.
I'm saying like he doesn't live in a big house.
Okay.
He doesn't drive a Ferrari. No.
No, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But the point is that he is happy with what he has, and he's fulfilled, at least from what he's conveyed to me. But that's the thing that I feel that, like you said, people blanket. And what people do is say, you're not going to be happy, you're not going to be fulfilled, but they don't know what's fulfilling to you.
Exactly.
Everybody assumes that fulfillment is getting a great job, to live in a huge house, to have a hot wife, to have a family, to buy all the cars and have money. I'm sure having that stuff helps.
Uh-huh.
But like, you know, my buddy Slavin is totally okay with what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's happy, and he's good. I have another buddy of mine, whose name is Jandon. Like I said, and he got out of high school. He decided he didn't want to. He didn't, from what he told me, he didn't want to. He didn't want to go into college, so he joined our military.
Okay.
And he liked what he did. He did awesome things. Made sacrifices for our country and stuff, you know, like all of our military do. And he came back. He was able to get a really good job using some of the knowledge from the military and using some of his other life experience. And now he has an amazing job. He has a family. They're working on, you know, buying themselves the kind of the house of their dreams right now. But you know, he runs into bumps, but he's happy. He decided what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it didn't necessarily involve college, maybe he'll do later on down the line,
mm-hmm.
if it becomes relevant to him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a failure by any standard.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, like you said, we have people, and I don't want to say it's adults, but just people in general, because people have different. Not everyone has the same experience. You know, like you know, there are a lot of people who are like, I'm successful because I worked my ass off and I worked hard. You don't want to work as hard as me, so go to college. You don't have to get a desk job, get something like nice.
Yeah.
But you don't, like, you're telling someone that, and that's what they have in their head from a young age. Because
mm-hmm.
everyone tells kids that.
Mm-hmm.
But, and even your peers tell you because they see from their parents, or maybe they're experiencing life
because they have the same experience as you. They've been told the same thing as you.
Exactly. So maybe your peers see it a similar way because that's just kind of how they've been exposed.
Yeah.
So, but everyone kind of blankets the whole, this is what success is.
Uh-huh.
But they're not taking into account maybe specifically what is fulfilling to you.
Exactly.
Or what is going to bring you into being who you are and let you have a happy life.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think it's terrifying, man, that we lost sight of what fulfillment and finding fulfillment is.
Yeah.
We think that money brings fulfillment.
Oh, definitely. We
think that money brings happiness, which I think does. It does.
Money
brings happiness, not fulfillment.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again. Money brings happiness, not fulfillment. And happiness is very temporary without fulfillment.
Yeah. And that's why you have that's why you have these famous dudes who own corporations and these artists, these musicians who make all this money. They start giving it to charity. They make their own thing. They send people overseas to help people because now they're looking for fulfillment.
Yeah.
They're looking for that
mm-hmm.
thing that's going to be like, okay, I've made my money. I love what I do. I'm fulfilled and happy to an extent, but I want to do something more.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like is what causes all that stuff,
mm-hmm.
you know? But yeah, like you said, it's neither of us are anti-college, but it's just we're anti people putting you down because of you following your passion.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not trying to deter anyone from going to college.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity, if you have the opportunity and you feel that it's definitely something you want to do, or at least just try out to see, you know, do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to not do it. I'm saying decide for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm not. Okay. Oh, I was just gonna say not everyone's gonna go to college and get their degree
mm-hmm.
and get that cushy job that they want.
Right.
But at the same time, not everyone who doesn't go to college is going to get an opportunity to get that nice cushy job without it. You know what I mean?
There's gonna be risk that comes in both areas.
Yeah, no matter what.
Know what I'm saying?
So what were you saying?
Damn, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm not bashing a college student. We're not bashing college students. We're not bashing people who choose not to go to college. We're bashing the collective thought that society has about college itself. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
No matter what you decide to do, just make sure that it's what you decide you want to do. You know what I mean? You have to find who you are. You have to really do a lot of soul searching because this is the only life that we have on Earth. You know what I mean? Unless you believe in reincarnation or whatever. This is the only life we have in this form on Earth.
Like you said.
You get no redos.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you believe in reincarnation, in which case you're wrong. So,
no, because I was saying, we get no redos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
People don't realize how serious this life is. You can see it in how in the people they associate themselves with. You know what I mean? Like, that person can ruin your life. Why are you hanging out with that motherfucker?
Yeah. You
know what I mean? This is the only life you have. Why would you let him possibly sabotage it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what my parents say about you all the time.
Yeah, same here. But yeah, people gotta start taking this seriously, man. At the end of the day, it's only you in that casket. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and what you did before that is all on you. So you have to determine how you want to spend this life.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're not going to take your mansion, your nice cars, and your bank account. You're not going to take anything. But the only thing people are going to take away from you is not your money, is not your... no one goes to the funeral and goes, man, Eman was such a great man. He had a big house and a Ferrari. And he donated. It's going to be like, Eman was nice, Eman was giving, Eman was caring, he helped me out when I needed him. It's those things that are going to live on, not how much that you had in your bank account. But yeah, so guys, we are at time for this episode of Break Time. Thank you very much for tuning in. We know we're having a lot of fun at the beginning, got kind of serious towards the end, but that's good, because the biggest thing that me and Eman always say is that we're just having a conversation. That's the fun part to us, is that we're able to do this at a platform where if you're listening and you're enjoying it, you're really just listening to us having a conversation using the actual thoughts that we have. We're not censoring ourselves. We're just talking, and that's what I really love about this, about being able to do podcasting. It's just a fun, easy platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, so thank you very much for tuning into this episode of Break Time. Eman, is there anything you want to say before we end off the episode of Break Time?
For once, I have nothing to say. This was fun. I hope you guys will keep tuning in, and I hope we keep entertaining you. Look for more stuff Monday, Thursday.
Definitely. So Eman and I are going to be uploading, like Eman just said, every Monday and Thursday. Maybe after another... When do we get paid?
Next Friday, right?
Yeah, so maybe like another 2-3 episodes in. We're gonna start. We're gonna get the new mic set up.
Yep.
I think that's the plan anyway. We'll kind of see how that goes, and then we actually want to start bringing on some of the guests that we have interested in being on the show. But yeah, guys, again, thank you very much for listening to this episode of Break Time. You can check out all of our social medias on screen right now, and also in the description below. So thank you guys again very much for tuning in to this episode of Break Time. This is the Thursday episode, and we hope you tune in with us for the Monday episodes. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Yep.